Hey friends, this lesson is to help you with writing for week 7. So we've been working on that writing piece, what would make your community better? There was a graphic organizer, and then a sloppy copy that you should have done in week 6. Again, those weren't activities that you were submitting to your teacher. They were just activities that we noted on your learning menu you were going to need for week 7, and you'll need them again for week 8. So today's lesson that goes in week 7 with Gardens in the City is all about sparkle words or adjectives. So for sparkle words, we have the sentence, the boy waved. And if we add an adjective, a describing word, we use the word boy and add a word to describe the boy. So we change it to the friendly boy waved. So we're describing the boy. Let's do some more practice with sparkle words because that's what you're going to be doing with your writing today. So to start off with, let's use practice with some describing words. I want you to choose the picture that goes with this describing word, this adjective, joyful. Can you point to it? Did you point to this one? Good job. Joyful is an adjective. It would describe something, like the girl is joyful. Let's try this adjective, green. Can you point to the picture that matches the describing word green? Nice job. That was easy, wasn't it? All right, let's try this one, hungry. Can you find the picture that matches this adjective, this describing word? Point to it. There you go. That girl, that hungry girl ate that big sandwich. Let's try this one. Sad. Point to the picture that goes with this adjective. Sad. There you go. Nice job. And last one, let's do tall. Point to the picture that shows tall. Good job. The tall elephant stood next to the mouse. All right, now let's try this. I'm going to show you a picture with a sentence, and I want you to add an adjective. So I have some choices myself, and they might be different than your choices, but that's okay as long as you're using an adjective, a describing word. So look at this picture. These are blank cats. What word could we put in here to describe these cats? What did you say? I said we could do black because they are black. These are black cats. Or how about spooky? These are spooky cats. Oh, you don't think they're spooky? Maybe you think they're crazy. These are crazy cats. Maybe you did a different word. That's fine, as long as your word is describing these cats. Let's try another one. Okay, look at the picture. What describing word could we use to describe this boy? The blank boy laughed. What do you think? Maybe you thought the same thing as me. The happy boy laughed because he looks happy. Or the friendly boy laughed. Or how about the little boy? Because he does look little. He does look young. Ooh, young. That's an adjective too. I could have used young. Did you use any of those? If you didn't, remember that's okay. Just as long as you're using an adjective, a describing word that describes this boy. Let's try this one. Oh, that's a funny picture. The blank cow skated. What adjective could we put here to describe the cow? How about silly? The silly cow skated. Or funny, because that's like another word for silly, right? The funny cow skated. It doesn't matter what word you use as long as you're using a word that describes this cow. That's an adjective. Okay, so for your writing today, remember you had that piece where you wrote those pages to talk about a way to make your community better? So you have 2 tasks today. Your first task is you're going to circle all of the nouns in your opinion writing. So it helps if you have that writing done. If you don't have it done, go back to my lesson about writing this piece. So what's a noun? Nouns tell you who, like a swimmer, girl, Lincoln, like maybe it's a name of someone, astronaut. Or animals could be a who, dog, penguin, crab, dinosaur. Those are nouns. Nouns can also be places, school, hospital, house, city. Or nouns can be things. They can tell you what, sandwich, slide, a balloon, a police car. So we're going to take our writing and we're going to circle all of the nouns. Okay, so remember, here's my first page. I think a playground would make my community better. So I'm going to circle all the nouns. Do you see any people words in this sentence? Or any places? Or any things? You're right. Playground is a noun, so I'm going to circle that. And the word community, that's a noun, so I'm going to circle that. Now you definitely have the word community in your piece too, so there's one you can circle. See if you can circle any nouns on your first page. Pause me and go do that. All right, let's move on to the second page, the one that starts with because. Because kids need a place to play. So we're going to circle any nouns. In this part, do you see any people words? Do you see any place words? Or do you see any thing words? Good job. The word kids, those are people, right? And the word place is a place. So now you, on your second page, pause me, and you're going to circle all the nouns on your second page. Go do it. All right, let's check out our third page. So here's mine. And they could meet friends. So I'm going to circle any nouns, any people, places, or things. Do you see any words here? That's right, the word friends is a noun. So on your third page, the one that starts with and, circle all the nouns. Maybe you just have one like me. Super job. Okay, so now you have your second task for week 7. You're going to use a bright color to add adjectives or describing words in front of the nouns you circled. So maybe we can add some color words, because those are describing words like red and blue. Maybe words to describe what our nouns look like the word strong and bright. Maybe to talk about the shape of our nouns. Is it square? Is it round? Maybe to describe how it feels. Is it cold? Is it hot? Or sound, how it's loud, or if it's cheerful. Or how it smells, minty, stinky. Or its size, large, tiny. Or how it tastes, sour, sweet. How something behaves, wild, brave. Or even to tell how many, using a number word, 2 or 3. Adjectives just make your writing more sparkly and helps your readers see things better. So let's do that with our piece. Here's my first page again where I circled my 2 nouns, playground and community, and I'm going to add an adjective to describe what kind of playground I want. Okay, so you notice I don't have much space here to squish in a word, so I'm just going to squeeze it right above in between the A and the word playground. Okay, that's what good writers do. And this is a sloppy copy, which means it's not going to look very nice by the time I'm done, right? So, what kind of playground do I want? I think I'm going to go with a size word. I'm going to do the word big. I think a big playground would make my community better. See how I did that? I'm using a bright color. So I want it to read like that. I think a big playground would make my. Now I have the word community, and I need a word to describe my community. Well, my community isn't very big. So I'm going to use another small word. Another size word. I'm going to use the word small. Okay, and you see I don't have much space here to put that word in here, so I'm just going to squeeze it right here. I think a big playground would make my small community better. That's a big, juicy sentence. I like this. Let's try it with our second page. Before you do that, though, pause me. Go add adjectives in front to describe your nouns that you circled on your first page. Okay, you're back. Let's do the second page. That's the one that starts with because. Because kids need a place to play. So I have kids as my noun. I need a word to describe kids. I could do young or little, but I really think like all kids should get a playground and need a place to play, like big, little. So I'm going to use the word all because all kids need a place to play. And remember, I squeeze it here in my bright color because all kids need a place. What kind of place to play? Need a safe. Because I'm a mom, so I think that's a good word, a safe. Maybe you had a bit different word, but all kids need a safe place to play. All right, so pause this. Do this on your second page. You're going to add describing words, add adjectives to the nouns that you circled. And then we'll be back to do our last page. All right, here's our last page, the one that starts with and they could meet friends. And there is my adjective friends. So what word, that's a noun. What word could I use to describe the friends they're going to meet? If they're going to meet them, they're new, right? So let's use that word new. And they could meet new friends. Okay, so your job for week 7 is to circle all the nouns in your piece. And then you're going to add describing words, adjectives, to each of those nouns. That, friends, is what you're submitting for week 7. So you're either going to take a picture of each one of these pages, or if you just did it on one piece of paper, however you did it, you have your piece, circled nouns, and written adjectives in. This is why we did it all along the way, because this is a lot of work, right? Next week, we're going to take this sloppy copy and we're going to make it into a pretty clean copy with pictures, like we're publishers and we're publishing our fancy book. Good job writing this week, friends. See you next week.